Justin Bieber has always been one of those artists whose life feels like a movie with highs and lows that capture the attention of millions. And recently, when he opened up about his struggles with marriage and even called himself extremely selfish, fans around the world felt the raw honesty of his words. Because for years, people have seen him transform from a young kid with a guitar singing on the streets of Stratford, Ontario, into a global superstar who has performed on the biggest stages, collaborated with legendary artists, and faced the pressure of fame that few can truly understand. And when Justin speaks about the challenges of love, about learning to give more than he takes, about building a life with Hailey, it resonates so deeply because his journey is not just about music, it is about humanity. And that is why so many fans continue to support him through every season of his life. And when you look at Justin's path, you cannot ignore the way he has reinvented himself time and time again, from the early bubblegum hits like Baby that made him a household name to his later albums that explored faith growth and vulnerability. His story has always been one of resilience, and that resilience connects him to countless other celebrities around the world who have also faced the fire of public life and come out stronger on the other side. And as Justin shares his emotional growth, it reminds people of stars like Demi Lovato, who after years of battling personal struggles, has become a symbol of strength and advocacy, or Selena Gomez, who uses her platform not only for music, but also for mental health awareness, showing fans that even in the glamorous world of Hollywood, real battles are fought behind closed doors. And yet those battles create the most inspiring comebacks, and Justin's honesty now about marriage, about the difficulties of balancing fame and personal life, feels like part of a larger narrative about how celebrities use their stories to inspire others. And while Justin continues to heal and grow, he is also part of a bigger community of stars who redefine what it means to live in the spotlight. Because the world of celebrities is not only about red carpets and flashing lights, it is about vulnerability, perseverance, fashion that sets trends, charity work that changes lives, and fan interactions that become lifelong memories. And when Justin opens up, it reminds fans of when Lady Gaga used her fame to shine a light on mental health, or when The Rock shared his own struggles with depression to help others find hope. And every story fits together into this incredible tapestry of human resilience and connection. And as Justin Bieber opens his heart to the world about how he once acted extremely selfish and how marriage with Hailey has taught him to grow in patience and love, the conversation becomes bigger than just one celebrity because it reflects a universal truth that love requires sacrifice, growth, and understanding, and his openness makes people feel like they are not alone in their struggles, which is why fans often see themselves in their favorite stars, and this bond between artist and fan is what has kept Justin relevant for more than a decade, because he does not just sing, he shares his soul. And when he speaks about growth, it reminds people of other artists who have also walked through storms and emerged stronger, like Taylor Swift, who turned public heartbreaks and controversies into powerful music that redefined her career, or like Robert Downey Jr., whose journey from personal battles to becoming Iron Man is one of the most inspiring redemption arcs in Hollywood history. And just like them, Justin is showing that a person's lowest moments can become the foundation for their greatest triumphs. And while his songs might be the soundtrack for millions, his personal honesty is the message that resonates deeper than any chart position. And when he shares emotional letters to fans or vulnerable posts about struggles, it becomes part of a long tradition of celebrities using their platforms to open conversations about things that truly matter, whether it is mental health, relationships, body image, or simply the human desire to be loved and understood. And this is what makes celebrity culture so fascinating, because behind the polished red carpet, photos are human beings with stories that can heal, inspire, and connect. And when Justin and Hailey step out together despite the rumors about their marriage, it becomes a reminder that love can withstand pressure, and that sometimes the greatest statement is simply staying united in the face of speculation. And that strength is mirrored in other celebrity couples like Beyoncé and Jay-Z, who turned private struggles into powerful art, or David and Victoria Beckham, who balanced the weight of fame, family, and rumors yet built an empire together. And all these stories show that the path of a celebrity is not just about fame. It is about finding identity and purpose in a world that constantly demands perfection. And Justin's message now about facing his flaws, about admitting he was selfish, and learning to love better is not just a confession. It is an invitation for fans to reflect on their own lives and journeys, because everyone has moments of weakness. Everyone has relationships that teach them to grow. And in that sense, Justin is not just an artist, he is a mirror for the human experience. And this is why his story feels so powerful, because it blends seamlessly with the ongoing saga of celebrities across the world who turn their pain into strength and their vulnerability into art. And as the story of Justin Bieber continues to unfold with his reflections on selfishness, growth, and the challenges of marriage, we see how his journey connects to a larger web of celebrities who have all faced public pressure, heartbreak, and reinvention. Because what fans often forget is that being in the spotlight magnifies every weakness and every strength. And when Justin shares his emotions, it reminds people of stars like Selena Gomez, who has spoken openly about mental health, lupus, and the heavy weight of being judged by millions. Yet she has turned her pain into art and activism, showing that resilience can inspire millions. Or even someone like Demi Lovato, whose journey through addiction recovery and self-acceptance has become one of the most powerful narratives in modern music. And in each case, we notice the same thread of vulnerability leading to transformation. And that is why fans cling to these stories not just for entertainment, but for survival and hope. And Justin's love story with Hailey is not just a celebrity romance. It is a symbol of what it means to fight for love, despite rumors and obstacles. And this connects with other powerful celebrity unions like Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, who use their platform to show that even with loss, heartbreak, and public scrutiny, love can create healing spaces. And then we can look at how couples like Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas bridge cultures, traditions, and global fame to show that love has no boundaries, just as Justin and Hailey show that love has no limits when two people commit to growing together. And what makes Justin's openness stand out even more is how it contrasts with the version of him we knew during his early rise when he was just a teenager, facing unimaginable fame and temptations, and his current maturity feels like a full circle story, where he is no longer running from the spotlight, but instead standing within it with honesty and courage. And this is why his emotional posts about selfishness and growth resonate, because they are not weakness, they are proof of strength, and the fans feel like they are part of his journey because they too have grown up with him through his music, through his scandals, through his redemption. And now through his love story, and that ongoing narrative is what keeps celebrity culture alive, because people are not just following artists for hits. They are following them for their lives, their triumphs, their failures, and their comebacks. And Justin's story right now is one of comeback, but not just musically. It is a comeback of heart and spirit. And when we think of comeback stories in the world of fame and resilience, it becomes clear that Justin Bieber's candid honesty about struggles with selfishness and marriage echoes a pattern we have seen before in legends across generations. Because every celebrity who reaches the peak of attention eventually faces a valley of shadows that either breaks them or builds them stronger. And Justin standing alongside Hailey now with vulnerability and love feels much like when Britney Spears finally found her voice again after years of silence and public battles, or when Robert Downey Jr. transformed his life from scandal and addiction into becoming one of Hollywood's most beloved icons through Iron Man, showing that sometimes the darkest chapters create the brightest comebacks. And in a similar way, Adele poured her heartbreak into her music, turning grief into anthems that millions cried and healed to, while Beyoncé transformed her own personal pain into a global masterpiece like Lemonade, proving that truth can not only set you free but also elevate your art. And for Justin, the stage he stands on now is not about chasing approval, but about learning to live authentically, something that resonates with Hailey by his side. Because their marriage, much like the bonds of other celebrity couples who have faced relentless rumors, becomes a symbol of endurance, reminding fans that relationships are not fairy tales, but they can still be strong and beautiful. And as he shares raw confessions of being extremely selfish, he also shares what it looks like to fight against those flaws, to grow into someone better. And that narrative connects so deeply with fans, because they too wrestle with imperfection and hope for redemption. And this is why celebrity culture thrives not just on glamour, but on relatability, because people see their own reflections in these larger-than-life figures. And whether it is Justin walking through storms of fame, or Hailey choosing to stand with him, or other icons like Lady Gaga speaking on mental health, or Keanu Reeves becoming beloved for his kindness after years of tragedy, the common thread is that fame may magnify pain, but it also magnifies resilience. And the audience does not just consume these stories, they live them, they internalize them, they share them, and they let them inspire their own private battles. And as we move deeper into Justin Bieber's journey alongside Hailey, it becomes clear that their story is not isolated, but part of a larger tapestry of how celebrities balance public expectations with private battles. Because every photograph, Every headline, every viral tweet often hides the truth of nights filled with doubt and mornings filled with determination. And Justin's decision to open up about being extremely selfish in his marriage is not a confession of weakness, but an act of courage that makes him more human in the eyes of millions. And this act connects him with other stars who chose vulnerability as their strength. Like Demi Lovato, who spoke openly about her struggles with addiction and mental health. Or Selena Gomez, who not only faced health issues, but turned her pain into a movement advocating for mental wellness and self-acceptance. And Hailey Bieber, in her quiet but powerful way, reminds us of the partners behind the spotlight, much like Victoria Beckham stood by David Beckham during career storms, or how Chrissy Teigen opened up about grief with John Legend by her side, proving that marriage in the spotlight is a battlefield, but also a bond that can withstand anything when rooted in honesty and love. And when we widen the lens even more, we see that the entertainment world is filled with parallel stories of reinvention, like Taylor Swift reshaping her identity through every era while facing both adoration and criticism, or The Weeknd transforming his music and image from underground mystery to global phenomenon, or even global icons like Shah Rukh Khan in India, who faced rejection and loss before becoming the king of Bollywood. His story echoing the same rhythm of perseverance, resilience, and grace. And what ties all these stories together is that celebrities like Justin remind us that pain does not erase joy, and mistakes do not erase love. Instead, they become chapters in a much bigger narrative of growth. And it is this vulnerability that fans cherish because they do not just watch from afar, they grow alongside their idols, they cry with them, they cheer for them, and in return they find hope for their own imperfect journeys. And so as the story of Justin Bieber and Hailey comes full circle, we see not just a headline about marriage struggles or a viral post about selfishness, but a living portrait of two young people navigating love under the heaviest spotlight in the world. And what makes it truly powerful is that their journey mirrors the universal truth that every relationship faces storms, every person wrestles with doubt, and every dream demands sacrifice. Yet in the glow of Hollywood lights and the constant hum of global attention, Justin chooses to share his truth and Hailey chooses to stand by his side. And that is where resilience becomes more than just a word. It becomes a legacy. Just as Beyoncé rebuilt after personal heartbreak to craft her most empowering albums, just as Robert Downey Jr. rose from near-career destruction to become Iron Man and inspire generations, and just as Selena Gomez continues to show strength through her advocacy for mental health, these moments prove that celebrities, though larger than life, are also deeply human. Their mistakes, their recoveries, their triumphs, all remind us that authenticity can shine brighter than any spotlight. And perhaps that is why we remain captivated, not just by Justin Bieber, but by the world of celebrities who dare to be raw, real, and relentless in their pursuit of love, art, and purpose. And so the question that lingers long after the music fades and the red carpet is rolled away is this: do you believe that the power of vulnerability is what makes stars truly unforgettable? Or is it their achievements alone that carve their legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you felt the weight and beauty of this journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more powerful stories of resilience, love, and the human spirit, because the story is never over. It is always just beginning.